What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Space Cowboy here, and today we will be going over the matchup with the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears, going to be taking place at 1 p.m. Eastern down in Arlington at AT&T Stadium. The Cowboys are a 10-point favorite in this matchup, and we'll be going over the storylines, things to keep yourself aware of going into this game, and what do I think is going to happen ultimately. So before we begin, if you can like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, that'd be greatly appreciated. And leave a comment down below on how you feel about this matchup. Do you think the Cowboys will win once again and get to 6-2, or do you think the Chicago Bears have other plans? So let's start off with some of these storylines. The first thing is that it looks like Zeke will not be playing in this game. For those that are living under a rock and don't know how Zeke got injured, he took a big hit to his knee on an option play during the Lions game. And it looked like he was fine initially, but it looks like something with his MCL is in play here, and I don't want the Cowboys to risk anything, so I'm glad they are letting him rest, get him healed up. We got the bye week upcoming, so it gives him 2 weeks of rest to get ready for this later stretch in the season, which means we're going to be seeing a lot of Tony Pollard and Malik Davis, and I'm not upset with that. I think that for Cowboys fans that have been looking for this backfield with primarily Pollard and someone else, I think that this is going to be your time to shine and see it happen. And I think that this is where you can really get a sense of how good your running back room is. We haven't seen Malik Davis really at all since the preseason, honestly. But Tony Pollard has had some juice with him, and I think that it's going to be interesting to see how this dynamic works. Now, with that being said, the Dallas Cowboys will be also facing a running game from Chicago that has been very damn good. And I think that if you're going to win this game, you're going to need to stuff the run. If you also pay attention to how Chicago has done things offensively, their passing attack isn't good. And so the goal here is to make Justin Fields beat you with his arm and make the Bears try to beat you with their passing attack. If they can't do that, you most likely win this game. Now, we are dealing with a guy in Matt Eberflus that we have faced before. If you don't recall, he used to be the Colts defensive coordinator. And the last game we had against him, he shut us out. I think it was 23-0. When we're talking about this game, Matt Eberflus, he has some knowledge on our team. He could be able to shut down this passing attack and also limit what we can do offensively. But I'm going to just be real with you. I honestly think that this is a different set of circumstances. This is a different team. They don't have the offensive firepower like that Colts team did to really keep pressure on. But again, anything's possible. I'm not saying the Bears are going to just lie down and take it. Absolutely not. What I am saying, though, is we have to take this game seriously. This is a huge game for the Cowboys to keep up offensively and defensively momentum moving into the bye week. And the reason why that is so important for this Cowboys team is because you want good vibes entering the bye week. And you have a Packers team, a Vikings team, and a Giants team awaiting you on the other side in all quick succession. The Packers on Sunday. The following week, you're going to play not only the Vikings, but also the Giants on short notice. Getting those games quickly done and successfully wins is really going to be the defining factor of this Cowboys team. But in order to do that, you need to start off strong versus Chicago. This is going to be a great game, as now we get into what I want to see offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. Offensively, I want to see Dak Prescott used more for long shots down the field, using play action with this running attack. I know that sounds super cliche. However, we have yet to see the Cowboys deploy deep shots down the field. I'm not saying they haven't done intermediate deep, because we saw that a couple times. What I want to see is I need to see this team get vertical using Turpin, using Gallup, using your guys that you have offensively to make those shots possible. Run the ball effectively and control the time of possession to keep your defense fresh. I want to see this offensive line play better. They had a rough going versus Detroit. Tyler Smith didn't really look so great, but he held his own. Terrence Steele looked okay. I just feel like the tackles are giving me a bit of anxiety right now, but there's still a long season to go. And you don't want to be playing your best football now. You want to use this time while you're winning games and getting better to get ready for November, December football. That is where these teams will separate from contenders and pretenders. While we do want to see the Cowboys play perfect football moving forward, as we always should be expecting, the thing is that in a real setting, the Cowboys should not be playing their best football now. They should be playing their best football when it matters in November and December, getting that momentum going into January. And so it's really looking like the Cowboys will make the postseason. It's just a matter of, can they finish through? There's a team in front of you in Chicago that's coming to see you, and you need to get business done. You know, I definitely want to see this team cripple Chicago offensively, with that being their defense getting sacks, turnovers, limiting the run offense for Chicago to force Justin Fields to beat you as a passer. Unfortunately for them, they do not have the offensive firepower to match you offensively. So if you are going to get into a game where they're running all over you, you're playing into their hand. Stop the run, make them beat you with the pass, and go from there. The Cowboys have done that well all season, and we had a little bit of a scare versus Detroit because Detroit was running very well on the Cowboys, but we need to be able to shut the run down. And I know you're not going to have a team have 0 rushing yards on you really ever at all. That's only happened a handful of times in the league. But I think that we are literally on the precipice of having a team that, if the offense can get itself into gear, we will have a moment where the offense and the defense are both good. You know, whether one's better than the other, I would prefer the defense to be elite and the offense to be good. But we're getting there. And so once we hit this bye week, whether it be at 5-3 or 6-2, we are in a good position nonetheless. However, if you are 6-2 going into the bye week, you are still applying pressure to the other NFC East teams. In fact, all the other teams in the NFC, because I'm just going to tell you guys right now as a little side note, it doesn't matter how the Cowboys get to the postseason. All that matters is we show up and show out. No one's going to give a shit that you had home field advantage throughout the playoffs. No one's going to care if you were a wild card team that went all the way. That will be talked about if you actually conduct your business and do it. But as of right now, no one's going to care how you get there. All that matters is, do you win? And I'm going to just be real with you guys. I think it would be better suited for the Cowboys to go into the postseason as a wild card team rather than a division winner. I'm not going to be upset if they take the division. That's cool and all. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys' home field advantage really comes from the large fan base they amassed and them traveling with them, right? If they go on the road to face the Rams or the 49ers in the wild card, I guarantee you that the Cowboys fans would storm the field, and basically we would take control of that home field advantage like they did to us. And then on top of that, if you happen to go on the road to a Philly playoff game, if they're the number 1 seed, or a Vikings playoff game, a lot of Cowboys fans will travel. I'm telling you, it is in the best interest for the Cowboys to go as a wildcard team, because it feels like the guys and gals and, whoever else goes out there to rep our squad does a better job of doing it on the road than at home. And I hate to say that, but it's true. So let's just put it this way. Win on Sunday, and let's keep this train rolling. If not, we'll see how we lost, and we will inspect that. Put down in the comments how you feel this game is going to go. I believe the Cowboys win this game, let's say 27-17. I think that the Dallas Cowboys take care of business. The Bears put up a little bit of last points on the back end of the game, and that's the end of that. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, again, slap a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.